Miss Amanda here with another quick and crafty video for you, and today I have a cute little snowman stamp from Art Impressions. It's one that you actually have two parts to the stamp, and they actually include an action wobble in there, but obviously once you've used that one you can purchase more so that when you do the stamp again then you still can make the wobbly bit. So what I have done is I have already stamped this out. So I've stamped my full snowman. I did stamp my little top piece. I didn't like how that came out with the colouring, so I re-stamped it and recoloured it, and I've also stamped my sentiment. So if you want to know what the colours are that I've used on this, just go over to the corresponding web post and it will have it all there for you, plus loads more pictures as well, so that will be great. Okay, so what I need to do is cut these out. Now the actual main snowman, we have two choices here. We could cut him sort of around, or we could cut it as a square piece and you've still got the wobble on it. On this case I am wanting to cut him sort of quite close to the actual design. Okay, so there's those two elements cut out, and you can see for this one I just left like a white border. I thought that would look quite nice against the background, but obviously for this piece you don't want to do that because that's going over our snowman and he's going to wobble like that on our little wobbler, so that will be stuck on there and sort of raised up. And we obviously don't want the white edges because that will then put white edges across the middle of the snowman, so that would look kind of weird. Okay, so those two pieces cut out, so let's put those to one side for a minute and start putting the actual card together. Okay, so I've got my Cuttlebug because I'm going to be doing some embossing, and also I want to cut out that sentiment, so I thought I'd use my Cuttlebug. So I've taken a piece of Crafter's Companion cardstock here. This is like sort of like a craft cardstock but a slightly softer look to it, and then I took a piece of the American Crafts red cardstock, and this I made an A6 card from, so I cut my A4 piece of card in half and then folded that, scored and folded that in half again, and then the red piece I took from the 6x6 pack and I've cut that down to size. It's about 1/4 inch down on all sides. I then had a little bit of scrap which I'm going to use on the inside and just pop at the bottom here, and I may or may not emboss that. I shall get to that in a minute. I then got my embossing folder which is Snowflake, so we're going to take my piece of card, and it's just my two B plates and the A plate, so we just popped that through, and then let's just pop that at the back here so we can see this come out, and it's embossed absolutely beautifully, and the winter sun has come out, so you can really see that embossing. That beautiful? And I think in view of how nice that looks, I'm going to emboss my little piece as well. So I'm going to put that sideways. I don't think it really matters that it's lengthways as opposed to the other way. I know what I mean. Anyway, so what we've got, just so I can run through these plates again. Okay, so that's our two pieces of card. I think while we're here, what I'll do is I will cut my a little sentiment out, and I'm using my Spellbinders here, and I'm using the Back to Basics tags. I love these tag set. I think this is a really great tag set. Now what I have to remember is that I'm using my Cuttlebug, and therefore I haven't got my magnetic plate. So we've got A plate, I was going to say tan matte, but it's actually a bluey coloured matte for this because it's the Kirsty Allsop Cuttlebug, so it's those colourings. Then my B plate, then my sentiment, or piece of paper anyway, die side down so that it's covering my sentiment how I want it, and then my other B plate on top. And then I'm just going to move that to the side, bring that forward, and then just making sure that it hasn't moved. Now you could take that die if you wanted to. I'm just going to risk it. But anyway, there's our sentiment cut out, so I think that looks really cool. Okay, so here's the pieces of our card. So let's first of all put this inside piece in, because I think that's always easier to do, and I'm going to be using my wonderful Cosmic Shimmer glue. And I think a wet glue on embossing is always good to do because it's got the height and depth from the embossing, so putting the wet glue on just gives it that more firmer stick. More firmer? A firmer stick. Try and speak in English instead of gobbledygook. Okay, so there's the inside. I think just adding that piece just looks nice, and it also, again, it just strengthens that back piece as well. It just balances some of the weight up. And then we're going to put this piece on. So again, just using my Cosmic Shimmer, like so. Pop that down on the front. Just gives us a little bit of time to wriggle it into place if I haven't got it right, but actually I was pretty happy with that. Okay, so we're going to pop my little snowman down here. I'm going to use some 3D foam just to give him a little bit of height. So let's just put some 3D foam on the back, like so, and then he's going to go down just on this bottom edge. Now I just need to watch the little bobble on the side of his hat just to make sure that it's not sitting over the edge of the card, like so. So I think that looks really cute. And then I've got my sentiment here. So again, I'm just going to put some 3D foam on the back of that. So we're just going to pop that about there, I think. I think that looks good. Okay, so now I've got a little white bow, so I'm just gonna add a bit of my Cosmic Shimmer just around there, like so, and just stick my bow onto there so it looks like it's gone through the hole, like so. So I think that looks good. Okay, so then what I want to do is add, I've got some little sequins, so I want to put those on. I'm going to do all of this before I do my little action wobble. I've got 7, so let's just do 1, 2, 3, I'm trying to just make sure they're up the right way. That just finishes that off nicely. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so then the next thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer to my actual snowman here, just to down the bottom of him here. And then I've got my little box of crystal glitter. And we're going to very carefully just sprinkle a little bit of our there we go. So we've got that at the bottom there. That will dry clear and then the crystal will just show. And then we've got a little bit on his mitts, which is not important. And then hopefully you can just see. Let's see if I do that. So anyway, that's on his little cheeks, and then I'm just going to add this to his little mitts here. So again, just a very small amount. And then all we need to do is add our little action wobble. Okay, so I've probably done this wrong because I've taken the sticky off both parts of my action wobble, but that was because I sort of got slightly confused with where I was meant to be pushing it. I think that'll do. And then this piece goes lined up. There we go, got it. What was happening is it was slightly showing, and the problem is you want to be sure that it doesn't show. So here we go, our little snowman with his wobbly presence. That cute. And then you can just see from the side that it's there. So there's our card, and it was nice and simple to do. The colouring was quite quick and easy, and the card itself was quick and easy. So I hope you've enjoyed our quick and crafty card, and I will see you again next time. Bye. Bye.